different video, but I'm just going to go through all the kind of new fabrics that I've gotten in over the past few weeks, and most likely they're going to become the fabrics used in all the collections that come out this year. So yeah, I thought it would be a nice idea to just kind of show you the fabrics now, and then you can see, like, as the year goes on, what I make with them, and also tell you a little bit about where I found each one. So for me, I source my fabric mainly through vintage, secondhand, along with like most of the materials I use. I try to be as sustainable as possible. I source a lot online, but I also source in vintage shops or charity shops. Recently I've had a lot more people contacting me because they know what I do, so I sometimes take fabric that way too. And I like the idea that all the fabrics that I have, they already have a history, they've already been used for something. I think that's really special, so I'm kind of just adding to their story. So as I find fabrics, what I'll do is, depending on the fabric type, I give it a good rinse. Things that are a bit bigger I might get dry cleaned. Cottons and cotton polyesters I'll just wash myself, and then other fabrics you just have to be a bit more careful about how to wash, maybe hand wash, that kind of thing. So I've gathered all this fabric over the past few weeks, and I've started using a bit of it, but some I haven't touched yet, so I think we'll just go through everything one by one, and I'll try and talk a little bit about where I found everything if I remember. Okay, so I'll just start with what I have here. Okay, so firstly we have these two pillowcases, and I got these because I really like the print. Yeah, I think the print is really unusual, and with the pillowcase you don't get a huge amount of fabric, but you get enough for something like accessories to work with. I also really like with older fabrics that generally they are better quality than new fabrics. The prints are more likely screen printed, and I just really like the kind of look and feel of older fabrics, so I love this, and I love the colorway of this one. And these were a charity shop find or a thrift store find, whatever you call it, and they were probably around €2 each, I would say, roughly. Okay, next I have this bed sheet with this really lovely print. I actually got this piece just before Christmas, and I was planning on dyeing over it, but I'm not sure. So I really like the print on this. It's kind of like a vintage style print, and it is a cotton polyester, and I'll get so much made out of this, so I'm really happy with that. And this, I think I got up on a holiday. Usually when I'm away I'm always looking in charity shops as well. It's one of my favourite things to do, is to kind of plan out where I can go and visit. Okay, moving on, then I have these two, which are a matching set. So one has this really deep detailed floral print, and the other one is a bit more simple, and I believe this was a bedspread, so I just separated. This is probably the front of the bedspread and this is the back, so I just separated the two. I think the prints are absolutely gorgeous in this. The quality is perfect, so it's a really good find, and I can see it being just fab for the summer. It's amazing how quickly you forget where you found stuff, but I believe I found this in Dublin in a charity shop or a thrift store, and it probably cost me around I would say €5 to €10. Okay, next one is this beautiful bedspread, again with this gorgeous ruffle detail. And I believe there are two pieces. Oh no, sorry, these are the pillowcases, so I must have gotten a full set of this one. And it also comes with this, I think it's a valance sheeting fabric, which is a similar print, but a little bit more pared back. And all of that would have come in a set, so another fabulous find. Again, I think this is another thrift find, and I'd say for the full set it probably cost around 10 to 15 euro. But again, I'll get a lot of use out of this, so really happy with that one. And then finishing up this pile, I have these really cute curtains. So I work a lot with curtain fabrics, and this one is really nice because it has been sun bleached in areas. You can see at the bottom it's kind of darker in colour, and then up here it's more pastel because it's been bleached out. I really like curtain fabrics because, or upholstery fabrics in general, because they're a lot heavier, and for stuff like accessories they're really good because they're more hard wearing. And the print on this is just so fun, and I'm really excited to see what I can make with it. And this is a cotton polyester mix. It was someone I know getting rid of them, so that's how I got these, and yeah, really happy with them. I'd say they're probably from the 90s at least. Okay, so moving on, we have this, which is absolutely huge, and I've already started chopping into it and using it, so that's why there's bits hanging off. And this was a huge, like, double quilted kind of, I don't think it's a duvet because it's kind of like a blanket nearly that you put over your bed. It is quite sun faded in parts, which I think is really lovely. So you can see the print there in comparison to the print here. It's a bit stronger here, or there even, you can see how it was in comparison. But I think that's so beautiful because it's got such a strong history of being really loved. And this was a bit more expensive. I got this recently, and I think I paid maybe around 20 to 25 euro for this piece, and then paid for dry cleaning on top of that. So it was quite expensive, but I will get a lot of use out of this, and I've already made some of the star bags using this. So the quilted fabric lends itself really well for holding volume, holding shape, so I'm really happy with this find. It's not, I don't really find stuff like this usually. It's quite hard to come by unless I'm shopping secondhand online using something like eBay or Facebook Marketplace or something like that. So I was really happy to find that in person, and I think you'll see me using this a lot throughout the year. Then we have this fabric, which was a really recent find. I actually wanted to wait to film this video until I'd washed everything and brought it in, so I've been waiting to make this video for a while. But this is this gorgeous peach fabric. It's got this lovely shape to it. I'm not quite sure what that shape is called, but it's really beautiful. And I have two of these curtains, so they're really a lot of fabric on offer. Weighs so much. Yeah, it weighs a ton. It was quite hard to carry all of this in, but I can imagine this being used for skirts, star bags. I might even try and make a star bag this week using one to see what it looks like. Yeah, I was really happy with this. Again, that was quite an investment. I think it was around 15 or 20 euro for the set of curtains, but I'll get so much use out of them, so that is great. Okay, more. So then I have this fabric. I've actually already used the other half of it, and again, this is a curtain friends from their house, so that's just been really well washed, and I've started to use that too, so really happy with this one. And it's a little bit different, but it's worked quite well in the skirts with the kind of the brown tones and the peach tones, so that's why I use that for more. Again, these are really busy curtains from a friend, and not quite sure what I'll use these for yet because they have a bit more of a waxier finish, and it is very bright. I mean, maybe I'll end up using them or doing like a bit more of a bright collection with kind of braver prints like this, but I'm not quite sure what I will use them for yet, but I'll find something to use them for. And lastly, I have this. I've also jumped into the other half. This again was a curtain in this lovely floral print. Of someone getting rid of quite a lot of curtains at once, and yeah, I've really enjoyed working with this one, this lovely fabric. I really like the print on this. It's kind of like impressionist springtime, and I think it's perfect for summer. Yeah. Okay, so that is all the fabrics that I have sourced and thrifted over the past while and that I plan to work with over the next few months. I also have so much fabrics behind me that I use too. Generally, I kind of, when I get new fabrics in, I want to work with them straight away, but it's always good to have all the fabrics behind that I can pull colours from. For me, having everything out on display really helps me to kind of match colours and fabrics and patterns together, so I like having all the fabrics displayed behind me. So I do get the question a good bit about where I source fabrics, so I hope I kind of covered a good bit of that. And I think that eBay is always a brilliant starting point. Over the years I've built up a huge collection of all other types of materials through eBay. I've found recently, since moving back to Ireland, that it can be a bit more tricky and difficult with customs. The UK eBay is way better than the Irish one, so you just might pay a bit more. I also think visiting a new city and going to all the charity shops in that city might help you build up a bit of a collection that way. I do that quite often when I go away for a day, just get a train somewhere. I'll always have a look in the shops and always have a big tote bag with me just in case I find something. Flea markets are always brilliant, and car boot sales. I'm looking forward to that kind of starting back up over the summer, and that's a brilliant way of collecting too. And also just reaching out to friends and family and letting people know that you're looking for fabrics. A lot of time people will have stuff lying around or curtains they want to get rid of. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed seeing some fabrics. Leave me a comment down below what you think you would like to see them used for, or if you have any questions or anything. So I will see you in my next video. Okay, bye.